Let me ask y'all this. Well, to start it off, will CP3 be coming off the bench? What do you think, Keith?
I think he sort of has to. I think it's a weird lineup. I mean, he'll still get starts every now and again whenever the Warriors aren't facing like a true big man or, two big men. But Looney's going to start at center for majority of the season just because the West has so many good to great big men to go against.
So what you're saying is that as long as the Warriors aren't playing the Knicks, he should be good.
Knicks and a couple other teams. I mean, the Knicks technically have Mitchell Robinson, but it's not anybody to really fear per se.
Yeah, but look at the rest of the team. They got, 12 power forwards on the squad?
Yeah, I mean, Randall plays like a guard, so they can just put Wiggins on him, and they'll be fine.
What do you think, Jerry?
I don't think that the Knicks have a single guard going on that. Just because you brought him up. But as far as CP3 with the Warriors goes, I would be shocked if he starts any time outside of Steph needing a rest or Steph being hurt. Because if you do that, you have to play Steph at the 2, and you basically have to let CP3 be the point guard. You put Clay at the 3, Wiggins at the 4, and then probably be Looney at the 5 if you were going to run that lineup. I don't know. It's not the lineup I would run. I don't think CP3 really has it anymore like that.
Now, see, what I've heard, too, suggested from certain sites and people, is that you bring, not CP3, excuse me, you bring Clay off the bench. Would you do that?
No. I think Clay's more valuable in the lineup with Steph than CP3 and Steph are together.
Because, see, I've been seeing a lot of things. One habit in these last 2 years that I really need to drop is reading Facebook comments on certain subjects because I've noticed my sports IQ is getting lower and lower every day just by reading these things. So, but one thing was basically that Clay's washed. Then I'm like, should I really even entertain this argument? And I'm glad for 60% of the things that come up, I don't entertain the argument. 30% of it, I was like, I sit there and I'll start typing, and I was like, this isn't really worth it. I don't want this headache. Delete. But for that 10%, though, that 10%, that's just, what do you think, Barb?
Why are you asking me about basketball?
Because we're equal opportunity around here, okay? Equal opportunity.
Okay, good save. Yeah, he's obviously going to play. He's Chris Paul, but outside of that, no idea.
So I'm trying to think what else happened. You got CP3 and Golden State.
Dame sitting right there.
Yeah, you got Dame that just doesn't want to be in Portland anymore. Poor Chris.
Oh.
I mean, I don't blame him in the slightest.
I mean, he stayed loyal to that organization for so long, and they refused to give him any sort of second star. Like, they haven't even really tried to get him a second star. I don't blame him for wanting out at this point.
It's once again my bad habit of reading online comments. Once again. Oh, God, I really need to stop doing that. Anyhow, I've seen where they're like, oh, look at him changing up now. He sat there years ago, said, stay
loyal from the grind.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, okay, the man put in his time, and he realized, all right, look, I need to get my money first and foremost, all right? And where was he going to get the most money at? In Portland. Now he realizes, you know what? I've made enough life-changing money. I can sacrifice some of that life-changing money and do something else I want to do before my career is over.
Right, and win.
Exactly. And it's like now, oh, no. You can't change your thoughts. You can't change your mind on nothing. It's once you sit there and you said rise from the grind, You have to stick to that, and that's the stupidest thing to me. That I just because it's like, okay, if you're working a job and you give your job your best, you give that dog years of blood, sweat, tears, time, and whatnot, and this promotion comes up, the promotion that you've been waiting for years, and then all of a sudden they hire this 22-year-old kid out of college, and now he's your new boss, even though and then they expect you to sit here and make the thing work.
Mm-hmm.
No. See, I agree with Dame at this point. Get the hell out of town. Get your ring. Define your career the way you want to define it.
It's just going to be really sad too, like how many Portland fans are just going to like turn on him. Like, yeah, there'll be a good handful that like realize like, yeah, you did a lot for us. It's obviously our front office that sucks, but there is going to be a lot of people that also turn on him and hate on him when like they would do the exact same thing if they were in his shoes.
Heck yeah.
They just take the loyal thing way too seriously.
You're supposed to be loyal to me, but guess what? When the situation is advantageous to me, you can kiss that loyalty goodbye, my friend.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jerry?
So with the Dame situation, it kind of reminds me a lot of like KD with OKC. It's different in a lot of scenarios, but he made a lot of the same comments when he was whenever he was like 22, 23, which whenever Dame was that far into his career, he like the 3 or 4 years after he left school, he made a lot of the same comments KD did about how he was never going to leave. The difference between the two is obviously Presti was putting talent around KD and OKC, so that's a different story. While with Dame, it's like they haven't put any talent around him except for CJ McCollum, who's like a 6-man at best. So I don't blame him for wanting out. He should want out. He should have left years ago, but he stayed to get his money, which more power to him. And Portland just needs to take the picks Miami's going to give him and Tyler Hero and settle for it and realize that's the best you're going to get.
Barbara, Keith, we got to express how proud we are of Jerry right now. Jerry just went here and talked about Kevin Durant for 3 minutes and did not call him a snake one time.
Come on, Jerry.
Oh, it was implied. It was implied.
Look at these two.
I mean, it's still there.
Look at Jerry growing up in these 2 years.
Oh, no, I absolutely implied it. Because I said the scenarios were different. Presti put talent around KD and OKC.
Yeah.
Oh, but see, you didn't directly call him a snake. See, you're growing. You're learning.
Just drop it. Just do it. Just call him. Do what's right.
Oh, my goodness.
We don't want Keith leaving the call.
Good call.
We got the world champion Denver Nuggets now. But where did that come from? But
that I just like my mind was just like blown all over again when you said that. Like it's already so forgettable that they won.
It's so nice out here, though. I'll tell you that. It's so nice out here.
Oh, true. Now that you're in the Denver area, you little Nugget fan.
Indeed, it's quite nice to be able to know that the city has the most recent championship. I mean, I'm not a Nuggets fan, but I'm happy that they won, and obviously that I wanted to go to the parade, but it's really hard to go on a Thursday.
I know they really do make those so difficult. Like, come on, do it.
They're so
fans.
wild.
That's because they don't want the real drunk to come down there in the middle of the day and ruin the town
It's a smart idea to have it in the middle of the week. I just obviously would prefer being selfish for it to be on a Saturday or a Sunday.
Right.
Oh, that would be lovely. But then the real drunks would be there on Saturday and Sunday too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, at least the Nuggets and the Avalanche can win championships because the Broncos are never going to win one again.
Not anytime soon. That's for sure.
And let's not even get started on the Rockies.
I mean, the one good thing about the Rockies is that stadium. So nice.
And cheap.
Indeed, it is. It's $6 for a ticket versus the A's this week.
Damn, you
well, that's
better
why.
go. Yeah, Keith, you better go.
Even still,
I'm surprised they aren't giving them away.
Yeah, even still,
They will
$6.
be day of. They'll have scalpers
Yeah.
get tickets for
Um,
free.
Yeah, no,
Standing
they'll
on the
still
corner.
they'll still
Like
hand them out.
30,000 tickets for free.
Yeah.
Please
They'll
come.
still hand them out.
Hey, guy, gotta get to this game.
For free.
They sold out, but I got a ticket for you.
I mean, I
Oh,
think they
gosh.
play the Yankees tonight, and it's like $40
Those are
or
probably
something
12.
for a seat.
Oh, it's
That's
not 40.
still cheap.
Yeah,
I mean, but look. In all fairness, have y'all seen the Yankees this year?
indeed, the
$40
last place
500.
Yankees.
I see them
$40
every week when the trash man drives by.
No, my God.
That's the
Just
Astros.
kidding.
Oh my goodness.
1,000%.
But yeah, no, it's super nice to like. Obviously, they're not good, but their stadium is nice, and ticket prices are always great.
All right, back to the NBA. We've got, like I said, the Nuggets, who I've seen things that ask questions about their offseason moves. Do you feel like they're, so far at this point, a stronger or a weaker team going into next season, Keith?
I think technically they're a touch weaker because they lost Bruce Brown, but they didn't have the money to pay him what Indiana paid him anyway, and they shouldn't have, even if they did. But they still are going to be a top 3 threat in the league for a few more years. So it's not like they dropped off like a lot or anything like that.
Yeah, like they still could win next year again.
Yeah, easily. I don't want to tell Zach that though.
Oh God, no.
Don't want to tell Zach that though.
Zach, I know you're listening, and I'm gonna tell you right now, you were unbearable during that playoff.
Oh,
You're talking about
There
Zach,
are
the
nights-
Miami Heat fan?
There are nights I just sat there during that Lakers Nuggets series. I just threw my phone down and just kept on playing my PlayStation 5. Like, nope, not doing this. Not doing this.
Not today.
Plus, look at it like this. Okay. Christmas Day, the Lakers couldn't get 10 wins almost. And from that Lakers team to a Lakers team playing in deep there in the Western Conference Final, look, I was in heaven last playoffs, okay?
But that's because it was rigged. They wanted the Lakers in
Oh God!
the
No,
There we go.
trust me. If they wanted the Lakers to win, the Lakers are the one champion. Than the Lakers and Celtics. That's another thing I saw though. NBA's rigging it so that it could be the Lakers and Celtics. Oh, look
Yeah.
who did to make it to the finals.
I'm so glad
Yeah.
to see that.
The NBA was like, dang, the fans are onto us.
Yep.
Nuggets
Change
in
it up.
Miami it is.
Change the script.
Yeah.
Change the script.
It's like, do we want our two most historic franchises facing off and getting lots of money at Rise?
Or the most
Or-
random teams that we just drew out of a hat.
You know what? Some that run that 2K sim. The two teams that make it to the
Yeah.
finals are the two teams that we're gonna put in the finals this year. Commissioner Silver, you really want to put the Nuggets and the Heat in the finals? Do it, damn it. Do it.
That's why he said you guys can smoke weed, because he's been smoking the weed.
Oh man.
Speaking of the Lakers.
Speaking of weed, oh.
wow.
What?
That's a whole different show, Barbara. That's a whole different show. But speaking of the Lakers, all right, they've gotten rid of my guy Mo Bamba, but they brought back Hachimura, which I love the Hachimura pickup last year. That was huge. I think that was the most important pickup out of all. Was the Hachimura pickup. They've brought back Russell. They brought back Reeves at an affordable contract. Thankfully, I got nervous there for a little bit. I'm still waiting for that shoe to drop for them to give somebody $20 million right now that plays 8 minutes off the bench.
I'll be honest. I thought the Knicks were going to give Reeves $20 million a year.
Look, if the Knicks give him $20 million a year, that's the Knicks' business.
They should
New
have
York
done
Knicks,
it.
they get worried about that. I was worried with the last look since 2016 with Timothy Mozgov. I was worried. About, yes,
That's where you were going.
I've been nervous about those kinds of contracts being handed out every year, and the Lakers have never let me down. Though so far, they are joyfully let me down this year, and I hope we stay in that position. But Keith, give me your thoughts on the Lakers.
I can't believe you asked me this.
Keith
No.
loves the Lakers.
That's what I'm here for. I'm
Yeah,
here to ask the
okay.
tough questions.
Sure. No, honestly, they had a really good offseason. They signed quite a few players that I didn't expect them to be able to afford, and because they, I guess, leaked that they would match any offer that Reeves got, nobody decided to test them and see if they actually would. So they basically got to just throw whatever they wanted to at Reeves, which it's not an awful contract. I mean, it's not an awful contract or even a like really good one, but it's an affordable one when it should have been 40, 50 million more total. Uh, Sort of like how Dylan Brooks got. But no, like the Lakers did really well. I mean, I think it's going to be odd to see what their plan is with Russell for how bad he was in the playoffs. If they're going to try to rebuild his value and then maybe trade him. But other than that, I mean, all their moves were pretty good to great.
I'm telling you, I just knew it was going to be $25 million getting handed right to him. But like you said, glad that they did. And it was like when I saw, I remember. As a matter of fact, I was talking to y'all, and I think it was Jerry that had brought it up that Reeves had got his contract, and I had sat there and I braced for it. It's like, okay, him is damage. It's like, oh, only 16, 15, 16 million a year. It's like, that's not bad actually.
I was shocked when I saw it. I'm like, wait, he only got that much? What?
But now see, and our old 2K films, it'd have been a game of chicken. It's like, you want him back? You gonna pay him max money, and he'd be he'd be a 78 rated overall, getting max money.
Oh yeah, like that's literally what me and Lucas used to do all the time.
See, I prefer to just offer this restricted free agents 1-year contracts with max money, so that way they're going to be unrestricted the next year.
I do the 4-year. You got to max them out completely and make it to where those teams have to keep them.
Trying to think who else had a really coach wise. I know I don't understand it, but hey, it's at first for Philadelphia, as y'all knew, I was like, what the hell is Philadelphia thinking? But then when they hired who they hired, Nick Nurse, I was like, oh, okay, all right, upgrade, all right, no problems there. But I'm trying to think. I know Nick Nurse went from Toronto, which I don't know why they got rid of him, to Philadelphia. I mean, the man took you to your only championship. He took you to your only championship ever. And what? He's gotten you to the. I try to think. I know he's gotten them there. What? A couple times since.
He's gotten them to the playoffs. They haven't gotten back to the finals.
Yeah, he got into the playoffs. That's what I meant. A couple of times. Then the Bucks fired Budenholzer,
which made sense.
On one hand, I could see it making sense, but on the other hand, it's like he's only been a couple of years out of now that you have you in the championship. It's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that roster is about to go through so much flux that it needed a new voice. Same with Philly and Toronto in general. I think Toronto's going to end up rebuilding super quick. I think they're going to trade their players either beginning of the season or at the trade deadline.
I do have to ask one question though. That since I'm thinking about it, random, not exactly off-season talk. Eric Spoelstra in Miami as a coach. You don't have to give me exactly the place you would rank him, but like just where would you rank him? Like top 10, top 25, top 50 coach of all time. What do you got him at, Jerry?
Top 10.
Top 10? What do you got him at, Keith?
I think he'd be, if he's not top 10, he'd be close. I feel like I would have to look back and see, like actually go through and like write everything down to see if I had him top 10. But I'll just off my brain, I'd probably go like in the 7 to 10 range.
What about you, Barb?
No.
I
I was about to say-
I warned you.
I was about to say, is she painting her nails again? And yeah, it was on mute.
I think the thing that's so impressive about Spoelstra is the fact that since he took over in 08, he has 2 seasons that are below 500, and they're like barely below 500. The year after LeBron left Miami, which everyone knew that was going to happen because Dwayne Wade was aging and Bosch was non-existent because he had his blood clot issue.
Right.
And then 2018-19, which I just think they didn't really have anybody. I don't remember exactly much about that team, which shows a lot about it. But I don't think they really had anybody that year. I don't think anybody from that team's probably still on the team. And he managed to finish 39-43.
Oh, wow.
Well, I know Haslam will still be on that team. But...
Yes, Udonis, yes. I'm talking about people that actually play.
Not bench coaches.
No.
A bench coach with a uniform. That's new. But
That's Udonis Haslam.
For the culture.
I would have to say, just initially, and I'm probably like Keith, I'd have to go through, actually think about all the coaches and rank them and whatnot. But just off the top of my head, I've got him top 15, top 20-ish. Just, I feel like there might be some fill-ins that might keep him out of the 10, but I wouldn't be shocked if I had him in my top 10 as well. Because Spoelstra has taken some highly desirable, in quotation marks, rosters. And as y'all say, he still, for the most part, has at least gotten them to the playoffs, which to me, that's impressive of itself. Because one thing that's I would like to, that's for a future episode, is I was sitting here and not going to call any names, Chris, that basically said that certain coaches were not as highly regarded as they should, that they, for the most part, are held. And it got me to thinking about Phil Jackson. And like I said, this is going to be for a future episode. This is a teaser, as they call it in the business. But I'm not sure if I have Phil Jackson as my best coach ever anymore. Because I have been thinking about it, and I'm still trying to pull some stuff together. But I think I have an argument of why he's not. But like I said,
you can tell the people that Doc Rivers is your greatest coach of all time. It's okay.
Hell
It's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay.
Oh hell,
we understand.
I got Tyronn Lue above Doc Rivers.
No.
Well, that's a little rough.
No, I don't. I really don't. But anything else NBA wise that we might have missed?
You get the fun of talking about Phoenix.
Wait. Hold on. I have something.
Oh, okay.
That's not Phoenix.
No, that's not Phoenix. That's stupid Chicago.
Oh, even better.
Tell me why, Mr. Zach LaVine, I'm always injured, nobody can figure out what the hell's wrong with my knee crap, was playing in the celebrity softball game and cranking out home runs.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have to use his knees. Just has to
like,
swing a bat.
I'm like, what are you doing?
He had a pretty nice catch in outfield, too.
I know. I'm like,
base-
you
or
don't have the
softball than
knees
he
for
is
this.
basketball.
Like, sir,
he said-
take my knees first before you go
He's
and
out
do
there having
this.
fun.
He said, "You know what?" He said, "Y'all have already paid me. Now it's time
Exactly.
now it's time to
Pretty
build
much.
the brand." He said, "I'm going to build the brand now. I'm going to build it in the Celebrity All-Star game because I can't build it in Chicago because look at us."
Right?
I mean, they're going to be the only people to pay him too at this rate
They shouldn't have paid him to begin with.
with that contract.
Zach LaVine
Maybe
It's a
he'll just
topic
try
for-
and go play baseball now.
Oh God.
He's not good
I don't
enough
think
to
they're
do that.
going to throw the money at him that he's making right now. So I think he's fine.
I remember when he signed that contract, I told everybody the Bulls would regret it because Zach LaVine is not as good as people say he is. I get the last laugh. Because Zach
Yeah, I
LaVine
mean-
is not very good at basketball.
I think he's a fine number 2/3. It's just they pay him to be a 1 on a roster that isn't built to win in the first place.
Now,
And
I
then
will say,
they keep paying people.
yeah. I will say, I do kind of feel bad for Lonzo Ball because his career is basically over. Like at this
Yeah.
point, I don't think he's gonna step on the court again. I think his career's over.
Oh gosh, that is wow. You don't think he'll ever step on the court
No.
again? His career is over.
I mean,
No,
it's
I
already
think-
been 3 years.
Yeah, his nerve issue is that bad. Like, I think there's like one more surgery that they can try on him, and if that doesn't work, he's gonna have to retire.
Yeah.
Like his knee, I think it's his knee. It's just completely shot.
Yeah.
It's either his knee or his ankle. I forget exactly what it is, but whichever one it is, it's completely shot, and he can barely walk on it right now. That's how bad it is.
It's just so insane.
Right?
It's so random.
And he's not as bad as people always give him credit for. He was way overdrafted by the Lakers. He shouldn't have went that high.
And his father
But-
did not help at all.
No, his father made it
Exactly.
worse.
Yep.
His father's honestly why he has all these
Mhm.
health issues he's having because he pushed him too hard as a kid.
Yeah.
That and he wanted him to wear those crappy sneakers that everybody.
Exactly. You know, that didn't
That-
help.
That's why people think he has all the issues he has because the sneakers were so poorly designed.
Big
That's,
Like
that's,
that.
that's so crappy.
Yeah. I'm so glad that LaMelo, whenever he came into the league, he refused to wear them and he signed an actual shoe deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
If Lonzo was drafted like in the around like 10, I think it'd be viewed as a fine pick. Not a good pick, but not a bad pick. Like it is viewed for him being picked at number 2.
Where's Jello at these days, Keith?
And Charlotte making max money. Oh, Jello.
Jello.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
yeah.
still. I think he's in
Not-
Charlotte too, but I think he's on their summer league team.
Okay. Last I remember, he was doing something with Detroit, and that's the last I heard of him.
I mean, he's mostly played. I think in the G League. I think he was in the G League last year.
Yeah.
You know, I have to say, I admire Melo because so far Melo is the only athlete that's going on television. Drop the N word on national television
Oh my God.
on WWE Monday Night Raw, but much less, and ain't been canceled. I had to give that to him. You know, got to give it to
I mean, when you're in Charlotte, that's why.
him. It kind of helps everybody forgot about him in Charlotte. Well, except those likely highlights, but other than that, yeah, Charlotte's not. Besides Melo, they're not appointment television right now. Especially
Yeah.
with Michael Jordan selling them too.
Yeah, finally. Maybe they can be good.
No,
Maybe he and Charles Barkley could be friends again.
no.
Maybe.
0 for 2.
0 for 2. Strike 2.
Jello is with Charlotte's G League team. He played a grand total of 3 games last year. And if you look at his games played in the G League, he played 28 games in 21-22 and 3 games last year.
And remember, they were supposed to come in. Some teams were supposed to sign all 3 of them, and they was going to take over the league and take them to the championships. Look at them.
Look at him now.
Like, I feel bad. I legit feel bad for Lonzo. I do. I'm not going, but you know, Lonzo's not playing. LiAngelo can barely even get in the door, much less step on the court. Security probably look at him and like, Are you sure you're supposed to be? Fans go around to the other end and come in and pay when they get a ticket. Like, no, I'm on the team. No, yeah, sure you are. That's the third person I've heard in the last 10 minutes tell me this. Oh, around the corner, get your ticket, you go. And then Melo has come. No, that's my brother. He's actually on. Oh, my bad.
I feel bad for Jello as well,
And-
because his dad threw him under the bus. He said he was like the worst of the three.
Yeah.
And look at him. Right now, he's playing the best of the three.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about LiAngelo, not Melo.
Oh.
Yeah, he like straight up said that Jello was the worst of the three brothers, and he was not very good.
Well, a broken clock's worn right twice a day. Unless that broken clock's digital, but that's for another subject, another time.